Hello guys, this is Lance Abedinosa from Group 15 together with Camille and Joanna. So we're actually from BSCPE 31 and we're going to be presenting this code that we actually wrote through HTML for us to be able to get this kind of output. Alright, so we're not going to be discussing every single detail in here, but we're just going to be discussing the most important part of it. Alright, so let's start. So we actually chose this certificate of registration of mine, my COR, for us to be able to present the how we actually made a code here. So let's start with the beginning. All right, so we got here the head part. So all HTML should always have the head part. This is where everything actually starts. So here on the head part, we put in all the font style that we wanted to use here. So we actually use a lot of font styles here, up to style 34, for us to be able to make sure that it will be implemented properly in the system. Every font style and font size that you can see here are written here on the head part. Right, that's how we actually configure it. So we close the style, close head, and then we open the body. All right, so the body is where everything actually starts. All right, so we're going to be explaining this part to you guys. All right, so div style position, absolute width 377 px, height 19 px. That means this is the actual length and the actual thickness of the text that we're putting in here. So we got our z index to left 237 px, top 72 px. This is actually the positioning, and class is equals to style 2. So this means we're actually calling this part from the head of the HTML, right? So that means we wanted to use this font style. The font family is Calibri, font size is 14 pt, and that will be applied to the text we're going to be putting in here. So all these attributes, you see this part on the line 189, that will be applied to this part. So we use a strong command for us to be able to print this text. So strong, open strong, Polytechnic University of the Philippines, close strong, close div. Right, that's how we actually use it. This whole part, the line 189 and 190, this all goes here. So as you can see, it's currently on the Calibri part, and that text size or font size, that is all configured because we actually called style 2 at the head part of this HTML. Same goes to the other text in here, like this Republic of the Philippines. We got it from here. I'm sorry. Yeah, we actually configured the text file, how it's going to be positioned, and also the height and the width of that text here on the line 191, and we also called style 2 from the head part. So I'm pretty sure this is still going to be Calibri for the font family, and 14 pt for the font size, same thing as this one. All right, the only reason why it looks smaller than this one is because this Polytechnic University of the Philippines is currently on um, all caps, while this part is not. The Republic of the Philippines is not. So, but this is exactly the same size of this one because we both called style 2 for this two um, text that we applied to the output. All right. So moving on, same thing here. We got here 2019 00099 SM. This is actually my student number. That will be written here. All right. So same thing. Uh, what is that? What we actually did on this part? In this part, we did the exact same thing on this part. Same thing on this part and this part. So that's all written here. All right. So now, moving forward, we're not going to be discussing every single detail here because that's going to take too much of our time. All right, so moving forward, now, and this is going to be, I think, for me personally, this is going to be the hardest part of this HTML because even for the other programs like C Sharp, Java, this is gonna be the part that I really hate the most. I hate making tables, cells, and stuff like that. So here we go. Um, open. I'm sorry. Where are we gonna start? Okay, there you go. Open table. So we started from this part. I'm sorry. Here. Yeah. Open table. We actually configure the attributes. Use width, height, same thing. We have to configure that. Cell spacing, cell padding class. It's going to be the most important part, of course. This is how we're actually going to configure how far the text is going to be from the border, all right, and how are they going to be positioned inside the cell. The class style 8, same thing. I think you already know how this actually works. We also call the style 8 from the head part to make sure that we'll be able to apply that here in the text that we're going to be putting inside the cells that in our table. All right. So open tr. That means we're actually going to put data now into the specific row. When I say specific row, that's going to be this part. All right. So the open tr is going to be, I think it's going to be on this part, and then we're going to be putting the data here on this single row, and then close tr. Is how it actually works. All right. So inside the tr part, we have here the td part. The td is where we're actually going to be putting the the um, the data on the specific cell inside the row, inside the table. All right, so if the tr part is this one, the td part is going to be this one. Okay, we got this td part. So open and close. We got this. It's also td part. Open and close. This one, this one, this one, this one. So the td is inside the tr, and the tr is inside the table. All right, understood? All right, so I guess we can continue. I'm going to be explaining that to you later, showing you how it actually works in here. All right, so we got here program description, Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, Santa Maria. That's going to be written through the strong command. Um, you will see that in here, inside the table, right? So we actually created, this table is actually for this part only, the one that we actually discussed earlier. So we close that table right after that. Close the table, as you can see, all right? Close td, close tr, close everything that we opened earlier. This is the closing part, as you can see, right? So we open another table in this part, right? And this table is for this part, the second row, right? Same goes here. Um, yeah, there's the address. So we close everything, just like what we did in the first part. We close everything here, close td, close tr, close table, and we go open another table in this one. Okay, I'm gonna highlight that for you. All right, so this part is same thing. We configured everything. We put in the strong and the text we want to put in here, and that is for the third row. Oh, for the third table. I'm calling it a table because there is a border in here. All right, that's why we're always open the table, open tr, open td because there's a border. But in this case, we're not going to be having to open a table and close a table every single time because there's really no border in here. We don't really need to put a table in here. But that table that we're calling here is this whole part. All right, that's why we didn't really have to do that. But in this part, since we have a border line, that's why we need to create a table. So it's like this is a table, this is table, this is table, this is table, and this one here is the biggest table that we have. All right. So proceeding, we got here this table here. For example, I'm going to show you the subject titles, section code, tuition units, credited units. this whole table is this one. So let's see, right? This is a table. This is the TR. I mean, this is the whole table. I don't know how to put a circle here, but I'm showing you right now. This is the table that we are highlighting here. This applies to this one. And this is TR, and this is the TD. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See that? All right, so we close that. We open another table in here. All right, so this is probably the biggest table we have here. The reason why is because this is going to be referring to this part now. All right, the CMP 30094 logic circuits. I'm going to be showing you now how TR and TD actually work. So inside this biggest table we have here the longest code because like what I said, there's a lot of data that we put in here. So we open TR. When we open TR, that means we're referring to this specific part. Yep, this is TR is for the row, just like what I mentioned earlier. And then under the TR, we got here TD. All right. Okay, let's say this one, TD. Okay, I got this one. TD CMP 30094, and then close strong, close TD. You see, under the TR, we got a lot of TDs in here because the TD is referring to the specific data in a specific cell inside the row. So this is going to highlight it right now for you. This part that we have here, this specific TD that we opened and we closed, this is just referring to this part only, right? So I'm not gonna read everything to you right now. I just want to explain to you. This is one TD. This is one TD. This is one TD. This is one TD. You know, it's actually how it works. And then after we have bringing all the TDs in here, we're going to close the TR this part, and then we're going to open another TR here, and then we're going to declare all the TDs in here as well. We have to repeat the whole process over and over again until we actually, um, you know, um, come up with all of this stuff that you're seeing right now on our output, right? So yeah, that's pretty much how we actually make this HTML for us to be able to come up with this certificate of registration part output. I mean, so it's not really easy to do, but we just need to make sure that we'll be able to understand every single part of this HTML for us to make sure that we are going to be able to create any type of output that we want. Especially now, we definitely need to create a website, so we need to study about that as well. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. All right, you have a good one, and bye for now.